అందరికీ నమస్కారములండి. శుభోదయం. శ్రీ మహాగణాధిపతయే నమః. శ్రీ సరస్వత్యే నమః. Today is another good day for us that we are starting with a new topic on Ayurveda by none other than our famous popular personality CA Kishore garu. I will introduce him to all of you after Vande Mataram and Prarthana. So let us request Challa Chittibabu garu to recite Vande Mataram. Challa Chittibabu garu, please. All of you, please stand up.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malayajasitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Sobrajyosna pulakitayaminim pullakusumita drumadala shobhinim suhasinim sumadhura bhashinim sukhadam varadam mataram Vande Mataram Vande Mataram
Vande Mataram. ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. Now let us request Satya ji to chant Prarthana.
Namaskaram. Let's do meditation for a minute. Gananam tva ganapatigum havamahe kavim kavinamupamashravastamam jeshtarajam brahmanaspata anasrunvannotibhis sedasadanam. Om Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha. Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhena Mavitryavatu. Om Shri Mahasaraswatye Namaha. Gurureva Gati Gurumeva Bhaje Gurunaiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave. Na Guroh Paramam Shashirasmi Guroh Matirasti Guroh Mama Pahi Guroh. Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatikakrutim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Shruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kruto Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्।
ధన్యవాదములండి సత్య గారు. Now I will introduce the speaker to all of you. Doctor, it is my privilege and also a pleasure to introduce Dr. C.A. Kishore garu to all of you. He is a Vaidya Ratna and a consultant Ayurveda physician and medical director and chief consultant Ayurvedam. He is member of Kannada Development Authority, Government of Karnataka, founder and CEO of Shastri Swad Sannidhi, Shastri Swasthya Sannidhi, and he is a state convener of Health and Medical Cell of AKBMS, Joint Secretary and EC member, Karnataka Cancer Society, and life member, Karnataka Kala Parishad, and member of Faculty Planning Association of India, Bangalore, and author of Kishore Sutra, book on Ayurveda home remedies, and is a president of our Veda Samskruti, is a vice president of our Veda Samskruti Samiti, vice president Ayurveda, and member of our EC committee, and he is a member of National Integration Medical Association, and he has treated for ailments like cirrhosis, JEMA, migraine, sinusitis, stress, insomnia, depression, and constipation, hyperlipidemia, obesity, childhood asthma, adult bronchitis, arthritis, and many things like gastritis, diabetes, and leukoderma, skin diseases, and he is a recipient of many awards. That is Vaidya Ratna Award, and Bharat Vibhushan National Award, and Karnataka Vibhushan Award, Mother Teresa Excellent Award, Lokanayak Jayaprakash Narayan Award, Aryabhatta Award, and Pratibha Puraskar Award, and Chanakya Ratna Award, and Eminent Citizen of India Award, Nada Prabhu Kempugowda Award. So many, is a distinguished person. There's so many awards, and is a practicing medical doctor and sparing his time to improve to spread Sanatana Dharma is a great, achievement, and he is one of the important persons and our society. So I will request him to start the webinar, please.
Thank you very much. Sarvebhyo Namaha, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. It's a pride and privilege to be a part of Veda Samskruti Sabha and to give my deliberations early in the morning. And as we have heard, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha, it is our bound duty to take care of the Dharma. Only then Dharma will take care of us. If we don't take care of the Dharma, we have seen self-vanishing process been happening in many countries because of the pseudo modernizations and not valuing the tradition. And renaissance should happen, revisiting the tradition should happen. Only then there is a bright future for the days to come. And it is the only country in the world which has given importance to the Sanatanata, what we say, the traditionality, what we say in English, that has kept us active, that has kept us alive, and that has kept us motivative, and that has kept us interactive, that has kept us connected. And I get to remember a Sanskrit verse before I proceed. Keyurana vibhushayanti purusham, harana chandrojvala, na snanam na vilepanam na kusumam, na alankritam murtaja, vanyekasam alankaroti purusham, dhiyante kalabhushanani satatam, vagbhushanam bhushanam. Talking beautiful words with good thoughts, with the people with same ideologies, especially while starting the day. I'm pretty sure the whole day will make you active. If someone says prayer and health is to be taken care or is to be done for the sake of others, I have a lot many people who will come and say, I have to do Sandhya Vandanam, I have to do prayer because my father will scold me. So 15 minutes I have to be in the puja room. I will always advise, please don't do. If at all, if you have to do, the puja is to cleanse your soul, not to cleanse your puja room. So those 15 minutes, those 30 minutes, those 45 minutes, what you inculcate inside the puja room is to cleanse yourself from within all the endotoxins that you have. Even the same with health. I was talking with Mr. Babu Garu well before the session was started, that the lifestyle disorders are so much rampant. We have seen a lot many disorders and diseases at a very young age, and we have not even heard of such diseases and disorders. We have been seeing very young age related unusual problems of late, being into medical professions. And Veda is one thing which will take care of your mind, which will take care of your, that is Atma, Manas, and Ayurveda is one thing which will take care of your Sharira. So Veda, Ayurveda, which is again an Upaveda of Atharva Veda. So Veda fused with Ayurveda, you want it or you don't want it. Under the present circumstances, I always say, Sadruda Rashtra Samartha Pradhani. I am not an agent of any political party, but still I would wish to emphasize on this word. Sadruda Rashtra Samartha Pradhani is the current situation, and I am very proud to say that India, being a Vishwa Guru in all perspectives, economically, Vedic wise, health wise, precisely revisiting the tradition in the perspective of health, that is Ayurveda wise, we are going to see the highest glory possible in this world, being alive. Our seniors would say, do good things, your next generation will be happy. Do good thoughts, have good thoughts, good do performances, give bhiksha to the deserving people, your children will be happy. I will have a small deviation. Do this now. Not just your children, your grandchildren will also be happy. All the more, you will be alive, you will be happy seeing them happy, which was not possible for all these days. You would have gone and they would be happy by doing good dharma. Now the days have been changed, that you do good things, you enjoy that fruit of what you have done good for all these years. So Jatasya Maranam Dhrom is what we know. Anayasena Maranam Vina Dainyena Jivanam is also what we know. So the Anayasena Maranam concept can be subjectively and objectively achieved by getting up early in the morning, as what we are all doing. Point number one, especially in the Brahmi Muhurte Uttishta Jirna Jirne Nirupayan is what Ayurveda says. See the digestive factor, that is, so one word Ayurveda says, Brahmi Muhurte Uttishta Jirna Jirne Nirupayan. So, which doesn't mean that you get up at 4:40 in the morning, 45 or 1 yama before the sunrise and start performing work. It means Jirna Jirne Nirupayan. You have to see your digestive capacity. So, the previous night, eat lightly. See that after eating lightly, you have a very good physical exercise and sleep fast, sleep well, have a blissful sleep. For which, again, the reverse engineering works. The whole day, from morning today till night, have a very good physical exercise, very good thought process, very good intent and content in the mind to deliver good goods to people. May it be my product in the business, may it be my words, may it be the shlokas by a purohita chanting to God, and the connectivities what we have with people surrounding us. If it is all good, see one word, Brahmi Muhurte Uttishte Jirna Jirne Nirupayan, will give you the explanation of how the previous day, relatively the whole life of yours should be. When you consider the life of a human being today, especially during COVID, India was the only country with a lot of pride and happiness and contentment. And if at all, if you say it is ahankaram, with that as well, I would say India is the only country which saw less miseries, least amount of deaths, and less sufferings compared to the whole world. Would you say that it's only because of vaccination? Well, before vaccination also, the death rate was much more least because our dietary pattern, our immunity. Again, in Sanskrit, we say, Nacha sarvani sharirani vyadikshamatvam samartani bhavanti. Vyadikshamatvam nama vyadhi bala virodhikatvam vyadhi utpadaka pratibandhakatvam iti cha anye. Which means not all individuals will have the same amount of immunological levels from within. Point number one, not getting a disease is the first prerogative that we have to focus. We have seen thousands and lakhs and millions of people, at least with my 23 years of experience in my clinic. I have put a staunch board in front of my hospital. Ayurveda is for wellness and not for illness, so that you can just walk in for any queries. Don't be obsessive by saying that you are entering a hospital. You are entering a wellness center, so you can enter into a wellness center with a lot of proudness, prideness, and happiness. Point number one. Point number two, whenever you have a very good healthy life, good eating habits, that is ahar, vihar, vichar, and then if need be aushad, hundreds and hundreds of people, thousands and thousands of people with my 23 years of experience have seen them not taking even a single tablet in the whole of their life, but still they continue to be healthy. They give you a lot of moral science as to how to be healthy, and they will keep you healthy. And most of the times there were days in which the grandchild would get the grandfather or grandmother to the hospital for a knee problem or for a heart problem or for an eye problem, etc., etc., etc. With the pseudo modernized living lifestyle, thanks to the boom of IT industry, thanks to the boom of pastry pizza, wherein which you get a pastry to your house more faster than what you get an ambulance. Situation is so worse. Today, a grandfather or a grandmother is taking the grandchild or a granddaughter to the hospital for not just micro illness, but for macro, that is major illness, which is very devastating and which is very harming. Further to say, when the marriage would happen, now people used to make mockery out of all these jatakams and things like that, because there was an era in between last 10 to 15 years back. Why to see this jatakam? Why to see this yoni kutam? Why to see all such ganas in the jatakam? If the boy likes the girl, if the girl likes the boy, whatever the community he is, they should get married because it is freedom, it is liberty. Today, the medical science says if you get married without premarital counseling, premarital examinations, premarital investigations, you are not very sure that the baby is going to be born. Point number one. If at all, if it is being born by the virtue of God, you are not sure that the baby is healthy. Point number two, we are in a situation where in which, I'm sorry, lot many women are there, but it's a medical discussion, so I would wish to deliberate on this being a doctor. Kindly excuse me if a woman is feeling embarrassed, and you can stop me from this. Uh, Sexual counseling is been happening to the young adults because they don't know how to perform a sexual activity post marriage. Is it not a shameful thing? Birds, animals, all the human race, but for the human race, all the living beings on this earth know how to eat, how to mate, how to produce children, but for human beings. A human being post marriage, young couple, especially highly educated, it may be an engineer or a doctor, they consult 2 or 3 gynecologists, 2 or 3 sexologists, and try to see that the baby is being conceived. And post conception, the mother has a lot of this icha, which is usually it would be natural. She would wish to eat jaggery, she would wish to eat puliogara, she would wish to eat mangoes, kacha mangoes, raw mangoes, which is very sour. She would wish to eat imlis, this is chintapundu, things like that. Now the ichas have been changed. She would wish to eat an egg. She would wish to eat chicken 65. She would wish to eat a mushroom pizza. She would wish to eat a burger. She would wish to have a beer. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm seeing a real fact because I interact with 30 to 35 patients every day. This is the lifestyle what a present pregnant woman desires are as of now. She would wish to see a movie. She would want to travel. We will always say that a pregnant should not travel overseas. She should not travel by water. She should not travel on air. Least minimum travel between her mother's house and husband's house, if at all, if it's been required, or else once and for all during the delivery period, she has to go to the husband house, to the mother's house, and take rest, have a healthy baby, and come back. Today, the scenario is something different. She works till 7th, 8th, 9th month, or still on the date of delivery also she will be working. From the working office, she enters into the hospital, she delivers a baby, and India is not much far from America. She is not feeding the child. From the hospital itself, she'll deliver, post delivery, she will give the baby to the concerned, either to the mother or to the mother-in-law or to the husband, whoever the karma bears. They have to bear the baby. She will go to work because she's the job to be more lucrative, more money, more status, and more friendly system in the offices. And being a part of cancer society, I'm seeing n number of breast cancers being enormously increasing in the young generation, because the main reason is, forget about the child which is going to be unhealthy, forget about the child which is going to be malnourished, forget about the child which may survive or which may not survive, forget about the child whose immunity is absolutely to be hopeless for no fault of its, for the whole part of its life. But mother is susceptible to get 60 plus types of cancers for the only reason that she doesn't feed the baby. A dog, very sorry, wrong anecdote, but the right situation. A dog doesn't disown its own puppy. Go and try to touch the puppy, the mother dog will come and bite you. As long as the puppy is self-sufficient, the mother dog will feed the baby completely, see that the young puppy is immune sufficient, immune efficient, and it will be pretty sure that the young puppy can lead a life independently. Till then, the mother dog will take care of the puppies completely. It will embrace, it will give a lot of security to the puppy. And once it is sure that the baby can fetch the food for itself, then the mother dog will get isolated. It will move, or it will make the puppy move, and the independent life starts. So with the birds, Unfortunately, with the human beings, we are much more influenced by the Western lifestyles. As I told you that the pizza and pastry is reaching your house more faster than an ambulance. You have a noodles which can be made in 2 minutes. 2 minutes noodles will give you disease within 20 years of your life. With 200 years of expertise of doctors also, those diseases and disorders cannot vanish. So that continues, and the next generation will definitely suffer. And I was telling you about conception. I was telling you about the probable infertility that we see because of the impaired lifestyle as of today. So having a baby, the mother conceiving a baby itself is a very huge concern as of today, especially in the metropolitan cities like Hyderabad, Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, etc., where in which people come and say, "Sir, we are married for 4 years. With all the efforts, all the medications, we are unable to conceive. We should have a baby, but one baby is sufficient. Second one is a liability. It's not a responsibility. First one, because we have so much of money to take care of our families, to take care of our properties. One baby with much difficulty is okay." My grandfather had 11 children, and out of which 9 of them are still there. My grandfather is 99 now. He's touching 100 day after tomorrow, and my father is 75, and I am 43. My daughters are between 13 years, one, and 11 years, the second one. I know the pain and pleasure of being in a united family. I know the pain and pleasure of being united. I know the pain and pleasure of being healthy as an individual, not as a doctor. Today, the situation has come in which, with all difficulties, 1, 2, 3, 4 gynecologists, 1, 2, 3, 4 sexologists, 1, 2, 3, 4 pathologists will give you lot of investigations, lot of counseling, lot of medications, and somehow see that the baby is being produced. Something like a mango is being produced in a bonsai right in front of you in a dining table. So a baby is being produced. Happening would be very positive, very promissive, and it would be a natural process. Once, if someone get married, it was pretty sure that 9 months from the date of marriage, 1 year before the first anniversary, the mother would have a child, male or a female child. A Ganesha would come to the family, or a Lakshmi would come to the family. The offsprings would just continue 2, 3, 4, because the single child would have social indifference for being isolated. So he would have a sibling, or she would have a sibling. 4 or 5 people would be there. At least 1 or 2 would be there for the past 20 years. So they would fight, they would love each other, they would have a good companion as students, they would go to school, they would come back from school together, they would join the same school. They had a lot of ideological thought process being discussed among themselves, and the maturity levels are much more when there are siblings to you. Today, there are all nuclear families. One child is being born, that is produced, that is rather manufactured artificially, and post the child being born, with the mother having Coca-Cola, having pastry, having pizza, having chicken 65, having gobi manchuri, having lots of modernized food. The mother itself is not sure whether the baby is healthy or not. So, in the postpartum ward, post the baby is born, inside the hospital, inside the ward, I have been seeing, getting requests from the mothers, "Doctor, ఒక మంచి నియోనెటాలజిస్ట్ ని పిలవండి, ప్లీజ్ గెట్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద బెస్ట్ నియోనెటాలజిస్ట్ is much more superior, who will see an infant newborn. Pediatrician will see the baby after 3 months. So పుట్టిన బిడ్డని చూసేవాడు నియోనెటాలజిస్ట్ అని చెప్తాము." So she calls me and she tells, "మంచి నియోనెటాలజిస్ట్ పిలిపించండి, ఎంత డబ్బులైనా పర్లేదు. పొద్దున్నే ఒకరిని, మధ్యాహ్నం ఒకరిని, సాయంకాలం ఒకరిని పిలిపించండి." ఎందుకు మేడం అని అడిగితే, నాకు పుట్టిన పిల్ల హెల్తీగా ఉండదు చూడాలి. All 3 people in different parameters, in different segments, at 3 different timings, 3 different logics should certify that the baby is healthy. Just think, closing your eyes, as to where are we heading. We have thought of modernization, which was actually pseudo modern. Talking English is very successful to us in life. Not wearing proper clothes is modernization to us. Standing and eating is modernization to us. Fasting, we used to make mockery out of people. When someone used to fast for Ekadasi, someone used to eat early morning on Dwadasi, someone used to fast for Sankashta Hara Ganapati Chaturthi day, someone used to fast for Ishvara on Shivaratri. There were segments who used to make mockery out of us. Today, the dietitians who call, unfortunately, I'm a qualified dietitian, but I'm dead against this 6 inches diameter chapati, 40 grams of idli, 60 grams of carbs every day, 45 grams of sprouts to you. So life is all about eating and mating is what I suppose and I believe. And there is nothing that you have to eat on a very rationed basis every day. If you can eat 20 chapatis a day, you can have bisibele bath of around 1 kg a day. And if you are pretty sure of spending the same by expensive walking, by expensive running, doing a good physical work the whole day in your office and burning the calories and eating this much of ghee, nothing wrong. Coming to the ghee again, people used to say some few years before, if you eat ghee, please don't eat ghee. Ghee is only for some segment of people in the Hindu Dharma, especially who chant prayers, not for others. So ghee will give you dyslipidemia. Today, WHO, World Health Organization, is telling ghee consumption will give you 10 times improvement and increment in dhi, dhriti, and smriti. Memory, retention, recollection, and reproduction. All these 4 things, it is not for one sect of people in the Hindu Dharma who are very close to God, who pray, who chant prayers. It is for everyone to consume ghee, to see that the dhi, dhriti, smriti. Don't you think a software engineer needs this? Don't you think a mechanic needs this? Don't you think a teacher needs this? Don't you think a person doing yoga every day needs this? Don't you think an auto driver needs this? He should remember what was the previous bill. He should remember whether the gas is there in the auto or not. He should remember whether the work what is due for the night, whether he has to take clothes or vegetables or food to the family, he has to remember that. Don't you think being a part of the family, it is his bound duty to remember all such things? When ghee is going to give you these basics, we used to make fun of ghee, but we don't have any problem in having popcorns wherein which the dalda or the unwanted pseudo oils are not being seen, and 4 rupees popcorn is being given to you by 400 rupees in a huge tub in a cinema hall, and you spend on eating and you become EPNDs, that is ever pregnant, never delivered. All males have centralized obesity to a very great extent, and malls are increasingly, alarmingly getting raised in numbers in the metropolitan cities, and the younger generation wants to eat something in between. Kannada, they would say, Vando Tindon Yogi. That is, if you eat one time, you're a yogi. Yerda Tindon Bhogi means eating 2 times, you're a luxurious man. Muro Tindon Hotkond Hogi. If you eat for 3 times, you are eligible to be losing your life. So you will become a cadaver or a dead body. Someone else will pick you up and throw you outside. Today, we have something called as intermittent fasting. We have latent fasting. We have been seeing people eating every 2 hours. It is on one extreme. On the other extreme, we have seen people eating, not eating for 14 hours, 16 hours. We have seen people ballooning overnight. We have seen people who are on 60 grams of carbohydrates, who are on tablets for weight loss, who are on multi-grain therapy, who are on protein therapies for weight loss, who are going for gyms. I strongly oppose such concepts by saying, if you do the karma properly, what was karma? Day before yesterday, I was talking about the concept of Nastri Swatantra Marhate on a huge platform. And I started supporting this concept, and the whole platform was objecting this, and they consider it to be a Manuvadi and they said, how dare you say that the woman doesn't need freedom? Politically, 33% we are fighting, socially, 50% we are fighting. So you are the only person who is a Manuvadi, who is coming on the stage so boldly and telling that woman doesn't need freedom. Beware that you have to go home from this stage, and many women, men will attack you, and they may pile stones on you on your vehicle, and they may kill you as well. Beware as to what you talk was the not just a cautioning and alarming word, it was a threatening sentence just before I entered the podium on the huge stage. It did not disturb me because I was very sure in my concept, I was very sure in my ideology, I was very sure in my thought process, and I had conviction, pride, and privilege of what I knew about this sentence of what Manu said. So I went on defending, and ultimately, the whole auditorium, 1,000+ people were convinced that they stood up, they had a huge round of applause and things like that. Why Manu said so? Nastri swatantram arhate. Okay. Before which, equality. Why do you think the concept of woman being equal? Is she equal? Answer is no. Do you think that she is inferior? Again, answer is no. She is much more superior, much more greater, much more stronger. You eat 100 mirchis and one sweet is what is woman's life. Whereas a man, he eat 100 sweets and 99 sweets and one mirchi in his life. Whereas a woman will eat 199 mirchis and one sweet, and still she exhibits by telling people that she had 100 sweets and she is very happy. Listening to this anecdote, keeping all the miseries of the family, keeping all the financial problems of the family aside, keeping all the egos aside, maintaining the husband, maintaining the in-laws, maintaining the son-in-law or father-in-law, either of the ways, maintaining the children, suppressing all her emotions, always smiling. Do you think she is just equal? I always believe she is a cut above, because she has taught us how to lead a life with patience amongst miseries. Nastri swatantram arhate. Medically, I am just going to talk and explain my views to you. Why she doesn't need swatantra or liberty? When she is born, father will take care of her. Definitely till degree. I'm pretty sure every listener in this forum of Zoom today in the VSS, you would have taken care of your daughters like queens as long as they were with you till they get married or till she becomes a mother. I am pretty sure that you will take care of her in a very beautiful way and see that she will be happy, she will be healthy, and all her medical, social, emotional needs is being taken care by you. So at a young age, the daughter is being taken care by her father. So do you need that she needs liberty? No. Father, as we are there, we will take care of her. So she need not worry. Next, husband will come. Husband will has to, shall, and will love and take care of her to a very great extent, so that she will be very happy, jingling with joy, experience the process of familyhood, take care of the family, being the head of a kitchen. She will be the head and a vice chancellor for an university, because head of a kitchen is head of an university to me, because she knows the whole gain and pain of the family once she can manage the kitchen. So husband will take care of her to the next 1/4 of her life. So half of her life is over. Remaining 1/4 is being taken care of her own offsprings, whom she took care in the early ages of her life, maybe her son or daughter. Do you think the younger generation in this Zoom, you kicked your family out like Americans? No. Even if you're in America, you will take care of your parents in Hyderabad, you will take care of your parents in Bangalore, you will keep a security, you will keep a doctor, you are connected to those people, you will take care of their dog as well, being in an apartment to see that they are very safe, and you are pretty sure that they are very healthy and happy, you being in America, because that is the sort of culture what an Indians have developed and what they have given as a part of moral science at their childhood. So 1/4 of the life, the son or the daughter being older in life will take care of you at your 1/3 portion of your life. And last but not the least, you are so connected. All three people are with you. Your child is with you, your husband is with you, and the society is with you, and you are with the society. Everyone will take care of you because there is a bondage that you have developed as a woman by feeding so many people, not just with food, with your feed of love, with your feed of emotion, with your feed of contentment, with your feed of emotions. You are connected to the whole surroundings. They will take care of you. When the society is so much concerned about you, I've seen many people. Sir, my neighbor had an accident. She lives alone in an apartment. I think her knee joint is being broken. So I have taken her to the hospital. Could you please tell the doctor or the specialist over there to take care of her? Don't worry about the finances. If she doesn't have an insurance, she is with us in the apartment for the past 20 years. We will pay the money and we will take care. That is the culture. What an Indian heritage will teach you by default. By default, this doesn't need a degree. It only needs an interaction as to how Tadvidya Sambhasha, what we are doing amongst ourselves, between all the seniors over here and the youngster like me that we are discussing. Such types of Tadvidya Sambhasha, such types of Vada, such types of Vichara Vinimaya, such types of Vichara Veda, if need be, will churn a lot of good things from with us and see that the moment we go back from this Zoom, our cherishma from within will be more stronger, and we will definitely take care of the micro minute lacunas of the woman that is there. So I said woman is 99%, men is only 1%. From these reasons, Nastri Swatatra Marhate is still being substantiated. Point number one. Last but not the least, without a Stri, a Purusha can never be born. Capacity of the childbearing, the very sacred womb, what we say, is being given only to a lady, not to a man. If God had given womb to the men, then he would have got two horns and there were no limits, and he would fly on the sky and he would never be into control. For this reason, God gave womb only to the woman, and only because of her bhiksha, rather her prasadam, the men is being born in this world, and we are all flying with colors because of the beautiful woman. Any lady who gave us birth has to be remembered the whole lifetime because she has the capacity of bearing with us. She has bared us for 9 months with lot of pain, lot of uh, what do you call of uh, controlling her emotions, not telling people about her desires, experiencing a lot of physical, chemical, hormonal, social imbalances and changes in life. She has taken care of us for 9 months. Then she has delivered us healthily. 99% of the people who are 50 plus, I am sure, who are born to a mother in a village would never be diabetic, because would never be arthritic, because she would know how to nurture you. It may be a female, it may be a male in this group. They will not be a diseased person for the reason foundation would be so strong in the perspective of health that she would know what is to be given. All the more, she knew what is not to be given to the child at that particular age. So there was no obesity of childhood in the previous histories at all. No book has written childhood obesity because it was not there. Today, childhood obesity is a very huge subject, very huge point of discussion. There are specialist doctors coming up. There are conferences going on as to how to handle childhood obesity. The only question I asked all these people was why this subject was not being discussed. Forget about Ayurveda, which is having 5,000 years of history, where I know what it has and what it doesn't have. I am talking about allopathy, which has having only 200 to 300 years of history. Why this childhood obesity concept was not being described and discussed? Huge things was being described. There were cancers, there were tuberculosis, there were arthritis, there were psoriasis, there were eczemas, there was lot many things. There was squint correction in the eye. There were consumption related problems. There were arthritis related problems in the books. When you people studied, all seniors, why didn't you have a subject called as childhood obesity? The very answer was, sir, it was not prevalent then. Then why is it prevalent now? Today you say the child is obese, so give a vaccine so that the child doesn't become diabetic. Indians, sorry, not all, most of us do vaccinate our children 98% because our pediatrician would have told us to vaccinate the child till 14 years. You name the vaccine, you would have spent roughly around 48 to 75,000 rupees in Bangalore, in apart from consultation, just for vaccinating your children from 0 to 14 years, because they will update you in such a way that cancer, this disease, A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z will not come. So vaccinate your children. Please go to Wikipedia, just Google what American pediatricians do. They vaccinate 100% to others' children, but they never vaccinate their own children because they know what is the side effects and ill effects of vaccination. And today, I was dead against being vaccinated for COVID as well, because what we are taking inside through a vaccine is a live virus. Post vaccination, I had to forcefully take vaccination because I was not allowed to abroad without vaccination, or else I would not have taken a vaccination at all in the rest part of my life. That was my decision, and I have never vaccinated my grandfather, who is 99, and I have never vaccinated many people who doesn't want to leave the country or who doesn't want to travel by flight, when they are very self-contented being in their house or being in the same city or being in the same state, and the road transport is convenient to them. My strong advice to them is, if you have COVID and you have survived post COVID, don't take vaccination. If you did not have COVID, you have survived, you're healthy, you're living as of today, 2023, you are seeing the calendar, then your immune levels are much more stronger and much more good. Still, don't take vaccination. You will continue to die being healthy as long as God has destined to you. So this is the concept and the ideology what I wanted to share with you, because every time I talk about the classical Ayurveda, all the 3 times that I have spoken to you, today I wanted to speak about the social perspective of Ayurveda, as to how a senior citizen, how a Vedic Chintak should see the perspective of Ayurveda. Today, my motive was to see that a senior citizen, not just by age, but the knowledge what we have in the Veda Samskruti Sabha over here, should be touching the concepts of how Ayurveda and Veda is related, and they should be contented that because of them, today we are all practicing Ayurveda. It is the alms and the Bhiksha what the Veda has given, because of which Atharva Vedas, Upaveda is Ayurveda, and we are having our livelihood because of the Vedas. Had the Vedas not been there, Ayurveda would never have been here. Without Ayurveda today, the connection between myself and yourself would never be possible, and we were all disconnected. Thanks to the divine grace of God, without seeing the face to face each other, we have such a strong bondage, and I'm so grateful. For some health reasons of mine, I was on bed for 40 days, and I'm really grateful to the Samiti people who obliged and postponed the meeting just because of my health. They could have ignored me, they could have skipped me and kept a different speaker, and the meeting would have went on well and the syllabus would have been covered. But I'm so grateful to all the people, from Lalita Madam to Babu Garu and all these stalwarts and all the seniors who are here, uh, that they gave me an opportunity to postpone my talk because of my ill health. And today, with God's grace, not completely healthy, but partially, yes, I am resuming back to my schedule by getting up at 6 o'clock and starting my day. With all your blessings, I think my health should be restored well at the earliest. I would request you to pray for my health and see that things will move on, and we are connected for the rest part of our lives. So we have to live well, we have to live well. So to go well, we have to stay very healthy. Health is not just physical health. it is emotional health, it is financial health, it is social health, being connected with good people at all times, not at only good times, connected to good people at all times, even in their miseries, even in their unhappy moments, even in their happiest moment, being with them is real art and part of life, is what I say. And conclude my words. Jayatu Bharatam, Vande Mataram, Namaskaram. Now the session is open for question and answer. Any questions, if at all, if you have, may kindly be asked, and answers, if at all, if I know, shall be answered from my end.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks for very motivational speech, and also is all preventive medicines you have talked about. Thank you. Now there are some people who wants to talk. Nip Kumar Mehta, I will unmute. Yeah, you can unmute yourself and talk.
Good morning. Firstly, I must compliment excellent lecture and right need of the hour for especially for younger generation. Unfortunately, very few young people are attending this course. Otherwise, it's very good. But I will beg to differ on 2 points with you.
We can always post this recording to the young people for them to know. And I would request the seniors to play it in the house when small children are there during the lunch or the dinner times. See that they listen to these lectures, not just mine, any positive lectures. That is what I do in my family. Any good thing to be listened to the family members during the dinner time, I play it either on a TV or on a mobile, and see that they are listening to this mandatorily. I would request you to kindly do the same, so that the information hook or cook enters the brain to them at once and for all.
Yes, but with due respect, I would like to beg to differ with you on 2 points. Firstly, the culture which is you mentioned that children look after the parents, whether they are India or abroad, may be true in Hyderabad or maybe other city, but in the metro cities like Delhi, NCR, that's not true. There are thousands and thousands or lakhs of elderly people who are staying here with nobody to look after, only left to the neighbors and the police to look after. That is one point. Secondly,
no, I will answer because my memory is very short. My memory is very short. You have
Okay.
every right to differ. So we will have a very beautiful debate. That's not at all a problem. The problem lies in the parenting. I also differ for the reason that if the parenting was very good, had the parenting was very strong, had the parenting taught them the morals and values of how a united family should be, that situation to that old parent today would not have come. The investment of the parent then, maybe 20-25 years back, is not perfect. So she is yielding, the yield is not good, and she is eating a dirty dry fruit now. So this is my strong opinion. Had the parent taken care of the baby, given her moral science, her or son or daughter moral science to take care of parents in the right way at the right time, such situations would not have come. I have seen such families in Bangalore also, because I stay in Bangalore, but not all families. There are certain families migrating to the cultures of different countries and modernized way. It is the strong mistake of the parenting. Had the parenting been very strong in its roots, it would not have happened.
Sir,
I will not do it, nor will I expect you, as a dear friend of mine on the Zoom, to discard your parents at the old age. If someone else is doing it, I'm pretty sure that the foundation is not that strong, that has to be recovered and repaired there.
I wish what you say is true, but if same teacher teaches a class of 40 students, all students don't perform the same way. If the parents have, even if the parents have done it, all children may not. Anyway, I will leave that point here. Next point was the vaccination. Vaccination is not with the generally not with the live virus. Even if it is live virus, the live virus has incapacitated or attenuated so that it cannot, it can replicate, but it cannot cause harm. So not taking the vaccine.
I have never said
not,
the whole.
your advice of not taking the vaccination is not correct. I strongly
that.
differ. You should not advocate for not taking the vaccination. If vaccination was
one
not
second,
there, if vaccination was not there in India, the number of deaths would have been much more than what is there. So no, your advice of not taking the vaccination.
I gave you the example. You're very true. I have never told anyone not to take vaccinations. I have always substantiated that the Indian vaccine is one of the best compared to the vaccinations of the world. The anecdote what I give you while speaking to you is of two perspectives. One is COVID-related vaccine, I was not ready to take because my immune levels was good. This was the point which I deliberated in my discussion. I never commented on others taking or not taking COVID-related vaccine, point number one. The deliberations emphasis what I did was towards the other vaccination, what a pediatrician will do from a triple antigen to a cervical cancer related vaccine from 0 to 14 years, what he will advocate to our children. I made an emphasis on those vaccinations and not on COVID related vaccines. Two demarcations are very clear in my talk. You can please recall.
Then what about the breast cancer vaccination?
Pardon me?
What about the breast cancer vaccination?
There are two things, sir. I am a secretary for Karnataka Cancer Society in Karnataka. The theory is always never constant and ever constant and never constant. Two theories are there. It has to be substantiated only over a period of time. Only over a period of time. Today, we are giving pulse polio vaccination because Rotary and Lions people have come forward to put that, spending crores of money. Thanks to them, point number one. Point number two, any vaccination, if it is not present in the two generations, the hardly it coming in the third generation is merely being seen in the world. So we have not seen polio for the past two generations or three generations, to the best of my knowledge and perseverance. And if at all, if cases are there, you please do let me know, let me correct myself. But still we continue to give polio vaccinations in the name of pulse polio. I don't deny that. But the question is that when there is no polio for the past 20, 30 years, 10 years is what one medical generation we think of, 20, 30 years when there is no polio being seen, still you substantiate pulse polio being given to every child, whether it wants or not, whether the father or the mother wishes or not, just because the government has told you, and just because some great social organization is spending crores and crores of money, opening the child's mouth and putting 2 drops without the child's will and the parents' will. How safe and how complications it might give in the days to come is a multi-million-dollar question. Let me give an Ayurveda anecdote for that to you as well. Ayurveda today, Swarna Prashna is a new brand which has been happening. Every Pushya Nakshatra, gold is being given with other medications in a form of drops, and every child, something like a polio drops. Ayurveda people, not all, few, I don't put, so not all, only few of them, make the child's mouth open, put 2 drops, shut the mouth for 2 minutes, the baby will cry, and they will say that the baby will get the best immunity. Today, the price of the gold is somewhere around 60 lakhs. To the knowledge of my best knowledge of my knowledge and perseverance, gold is 60 lakhs per kg. Somewhere between 55 to 60 lakhs, it's oscillating. 60 lakhs of gold, when it is being converted into an oxide form, 80% of the gold is gone and only 20% remains. So 200 grams is around 55 lakhs. Out of 200 grams, additives of many other things, additives of many other herbs, oxides and minerals, and converting the same from oxide form to liquid form will make 1 drop roughly around 4,000 to 4,500 rupees. Whereas in the city of Bangalore, something like a ration shop in every Ayurveda center, come here on a Pushya Nakshatra every month. People are coming in queues. They stand right in front of the hospital, just like they stand for rice in front of a ration shop. The baby's mouth is open. It is being sold from 75 rupees to 250 rupees, depending on the quality and qualification of the doctor. And 4,000 rupees medicine, if it is being administered to the baby at 250 rupees, how safe is it? How safe is the gold getting administered to a small infant? If at all, in the days to come, maybe 8 or 10 years down the line, the gold which is not being purified, if at all, if it's not been purified well, it goes and sits as a residue in the kidneys, and the kidneys of the baby is being gone. Who is held responsible? This is a multi-million-dollar question that we have to answer. So a lot of analysis, lot of research, lot of deliberations, lot of discussions, and time testing phenomenon, and multiple other logics have to be inculcated before putting anything into law, before making people getting forcefully taking such things in life. This is what I mean, sir. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yes, while keeping my differences intact, I compliment you for the wonderful lecture and inspiring. Excellent. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Nrip. And now PS Mutier.
Good morning, doctor. So nice.
Very good
Excellent. Excellent. It's not an explanation. You need not give an explanation. Really, Swarna Prasa, as you said, it is absolutely 100% a fact that what people are trying to dupe the society. Yes, at least we should, as educated people and as elderly people, we should understand what is wrong, what is good, what is bad. That's good,
Sir,
sir.
I'll tell you two anecdotes, if you can permit me. A king, Raja, would eat in a gold plate, not in a golden plate. A king would eat in a gold plate. Yes or no, sir?
Yes. Perfect.
Ornament from his nabi to the kantha. Raja would always wear ornaments, the whole of his body from his nabi to the kantha. It only means that his immune levels should be more, and the oxide form of the metal should be absorbed from within to keep his immunity into schedule. Only for these reasons, rich people had the opportunity and the privilege of eating in a gold plate and having gold ornaments in abundant quantities. A woman always craves for gold. A husband will have less gold. A woman, he will get more gold to his mother or his wife or his daughter during wedding. This is only for the reason that the more she wears, more the absorption of the metal content to the body is happening. This is point number one. Point number two, when it comes to again vaccinations, I'm a pet lover. I have gifted 357 dogs today, and I have 2 dogs which is absolutely vegetarian, and I take care of 2 dogs at my house. As a pet lover, being an Ayurveda doctor, I was being called for some as a chief guest to some veterinary association, wherein which all these veterinary lovers, pet lovers, dog lovers in special had been there. And the logic was to see that the home dogs have been vaccinated so that it doesn't get diabetes. How pretty sure are you that a home dog will get diabetes or has been got diabetes? What is the research? There is no answer. Answer number 2 is, what about the stray dogs? Home dogs, yes, you have 600 rupees every year to give to a veterinary doctor. You vaccinate your dog might be healthy, it might not get diabetes, said and done true, which is a hybrid dog. What about a stray dog? Are you not concerned about it? Has anyone taken the responsibility of vaccinating every puppy on the street to see that it is not been diabetic? All such minute things, cellular level, it has to be discussed, and then the policy has to be made by the government or the recommending authority, which is unfortunately not been done in India. Every Tom, Dick and Harry presumes himself to be an expert in that field, and he tries to execute what he knows forcefully to be consumed by the consumer at the end level. There where the problem lies, sir, and there where I differ, sir.
Excellent, sir. Sir, only one more point I would like to bring to your notice. What you said was COVID vaccination is also not good. What you said is correct. Why? Because it is my personal experience. I want to share to the audience too that I had taken 3 doses of vaccination as per government, and with over ambitiousness or over anxiety, I took 4th vaccination also unofficially. When I went to Vijayawada, my cousin said, "Okay, you have it," and then at that time, 3rd vaccination has not started. I had to go somewhere. So in precaution, I have taken 3rd vaccination unofficially and 4th vaccination officially. So I had 4 vaccinations. And fortunately or unfortunately, I had bypass surgery 3 months back.
Okay, this is one thing, value added point. I've been a clinical researcher in my office. I see 30 to 40 patients every day, and I'm into clinical research, and I have my front office people to know the latest ailments, what they're having post-19, post-2019, if at all, if any condition is been recurring or increasing or new conditions have been incurred to that particular patient. I wanted a data entry, and a column is being created in my Excel sheet, and that entry has been done. I don't know, people may disagree with me, but it is not been established scientifically yet. But the data that I have, arthritis is tremendously increasing, skin problems are tremendously increasing, asthmas to elderly people post 70, post 60, tremendously increasing, eyesight problems tremendously increasing, and people who have told me that the psoriasis what they had who were on treatment with me for the past 20 years. Sir, 5 years గా నాకు ప్రాబ్లం ఉండనే లేదు, సోరియాసిస్ సంపూర్ణంగా పోయింది, నేను వ్యాక్సినేషన్ తీసుకున్నాను, తెలియదు దాన్ని ఏంటని, తీసుకుని నెక్స్ట్ డే కొద్దిగా స్కిన్ ఇచ్చింగ్ వచ్చింది, అదైనాక నేను 2 months కి సెకండ్ వ్యాక్సిన్ తీసుకున్నాను, అప్పుడు కొద్దిగా జాస్తి అయింది, ఇప్పుడు నాకు సోరియాసిస్ 20 years బ్యాక్ ఎలా ఉండిందో దానికన్నా వర్స్ట్ గా అయింది. ఇట్లా చెప్పేట్లా ఒక 200 people I have. So I don't say it is only because of the vaccination, but that is also a point to be considered. Post vaccination, what is the complications that it might have? And I also don't deny. This message is to Mr. Mehta in particular. Don't take vaccination. If you wish, definitely. If you want, yes, there is no other discussions at all. But
yes, sir. One my nephew microbiologist told me that between the age of 62 to 68, those who had vaccination, they had heart attacks, and entire care hospital Banjara Hyderabad was full with people like us only. Between 65 to
point number 2, let me tell you on a lighter note. During COVID period, I think people did not have heart at all because there was no heart attacks being reported during the COVID times. No one went for a bypass surgery, no one went for open heart surgery, no one went for an angiogram, no one went for a Doppler because they were though fearful because of COVID in the house, and all hospitals heart related unit was being closed. Do you mean to say that people did not have heart at all for those years, those 2 years? Now it is suddenly alarmingly increasing that everyone is having a heart attack, everyone is relatedly getting tested with the heart related problem and things like that. Those 2 years when the COVID was in its peak, no one went for a cardiac surgery, no one went for a knee replacement surgery, no one went for a simple cataract. Did you mean to say that they did not lead their life at all? The fear factor of COVID make them to be more cautious and more alarming, and then they were healthy, sir. This is one
All the
value
surgery was stopped. All the surgery was stopped. Even heart surgery was stopped. My mother had a fracture. Her fracture was not treated because it was closed. First, because you have to pass the COVID test for the 6 weeks. So it is not that they did not have the heart problem. They did not have the other problems. Because of the COVID intake of the patient was so high, the hospital was forced to shut down those departments.
And still patient continued to survive. That is my point.
Debatable.
Whether you have stopped or the hospital stopped, the patient continued to survive. There was no casualties.
That's debatable. Those who died were of heart attack were also attributed to the COVID. This is debatable.
That is also one of the possibilities. That is because of the fear factor, sir. Lot many people feared for COVID than to what it was needed. That was the reason why they had a lot of sufferings.
Yeah, I think we have some questions on the chat box. Can I go?
Yes.
Bhavgar?
Next 10 more minutes, please, because my outpatient starts at 8.
Right,
Let us have
sir.
questions for
Yeah.
next 10 minutes and we can conclude.
Yeah. The question on the chat box are, is there a detoxification possible for those who have taken COVID vaccine in last couple of years?
Just for the sake of vaccination, there is nothing called as detoxification. Whereas Panchakarma will detoxify the whole body in all perspectives at all times to all people, depending on their age, immunity, and the prevailing ailments. The Panchakarma can be done, and the probable positive, if at all, if any side effects because of the vaccine is there, then it can be nullified and it can be minimized. Panchakarma is the effective reply for that.
The other question is, can you please explain in brief on the basic principles of Ayurvedic treatment philosophy and compare with that of allopathy?
Allopathy, Ayurveda, homeopathy, naturopathy, Siddha, Unani, multiple medications are there. But what is not there is empathy and sympathy for a doctor towards the patient in the present era. This is point number 1. Point number 2, allopathy is never constant, ever changing. Never constant, ever changing is allopathy. Anadi and Ananta, that is ever constant and never changing is Ayurveda. What 5,000 years before our acharyas have told has been, is been, shall be practiced in the same way in the days to come for centuries. And we will see that people will not enter into the fold of disease. And if at all they enter into the fold of disease, we will see that they are out of the disease as well. So this is the demarcative difference. Ayurveda is for wellness and for illness if need be, because of the pragna aparada, knowingly doing the wrongful thing. And allopathy is only by and large symptomatic. Ayurveda is all the more systematic. Ayurveda is all the more a lifestyle science, wherein which patient is being treated through ahara, vihara, vichara, and medications if need be. Whereas allopathy is either chedana, vedana, that is surgery, or medications. And now the concept of diet, which has been inculcated in allopathy, is very off late. This is the demarcative difference.
Dr. Garu can also speak on the basics of Ayurveda and the precautions to be taken by aged people in particular.
Aged people are the most luckiest people on this world, sir, because my experience with 23 years of practice and me being around 45 years now, I'm pretty sure that our generation will not touch 50 healthy years of life. If at all, if you are 70, 80, you have been seasoned, you have been experienced a beautiful life, and try to lead a life what your father was leading. Please don't try to lead a life what your grandson is trying to lead. That will keep you to touch a century. And 100 years is not the benchmark to live. I would wish you to live more than 100 also, if Brahma intends to, point number one. If at all, if someone is intending to die early, he should die peacefully, not with any agony and pain. That is the whole logic as to what I would wish and pray to myself and to my patients, sir. Anayasena maranam vina dainena jivanam is what I pray to God every day. Let God give me death right this very moment. The only request to him from my end is not to give me money, not to give me car, not to give me gold, not to give me 60-40 site, not to give me acres of land. The only prayer that I do to God deity every day is that take me without any sufferings. Give me one massive heart attack at this very age, I have no problem. Next 2 minutes, I should be right in front of you. I should not be in a hospital. I should not spend a single penny in a hospital ICU and spend the rest part of my life being in misery. This is the only prayer that I do at this age. If at all, if you are 70 or 80, please be happy. You have led a beautiful life, and you will have a beautiful life and a beautiful death as well. Not to worry at all.
Right, sir.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Hari Om.
Just a minute, sir. There are questions. And
I just want to share one thing before we close those things. Already time is getting past. Don't.
Tell me, sir.
I think there's a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, before that,
Now, see, I just returned from America. Last 3 years, I am staying in America. I want to share my views. Put a microphone now. Okay. I want to share my views.
Please.
America, United States in the grip of medical mafia and insurance mafia. Please understand this. Every Indian must understand this. Mainly, the medical fraternity and the government should understand this fact.
You know the story of Pfizer now.
100% it is true that those people are very much worried about their attending to the hospitals and getting medication. And one more thing, their doctors, they don't give any medicines. That's also a good thing. Not like our people. Our people problem is, once you go to a doctor, he will write our apartment medicines. There's another thing that is going on in India. But America, they don't give medicines. So if you go take the child also to the hospital. But they loot your money for some reason or another under the grip of the insurance mafia. So we should not, we are at the halfway this way, halfway that way. We are at free here to go to any doctor, to go to any medicine, to take any type of things. We are not free there. And we can go to any insurance, or we can do we can take risk also ourselves on your medicals or our lunch and other things, on our kitchen medicines and other things.
Yes,
but
sir.
that possibility is not there in America. So they how to go to the there is a very big problem. Mainly our families, made children of ours. How to handle this?
There's nothing to handle, sir. See that we are not into the fold of disease at all.
Yes.
Audio problem. We're not able to hear.
Yes. Others, please just wait. We'll give chance to them to speak. Okay.
Okay. First of all, see that your family members are healthy through their dietary habits and lifestyle habits. They
What we are
don't fall
doing.
into disorders at all. Point number one. Point number two, it's a good note that they don't give you medicines. So that is one of the positive things that we see in America. Point number three, they try to control the world medical mafia, which is being proved with the logic of Pfizer, logic of Microsoft owner, what he dealt with COVID-related vaccines and things like that of late. Keeping all this in mind, I told you in my prologue, Samartha Rashtra Samartha Pradhani, Sadruda Rashtra Samartha Pradhani, India is going to be the Vishwa Guru in the very short days to come. People will look up India in every perspective. May it be in a Vedic perspective, it may be in an Ayurvedic perspective, may it be in a medical perspective. With a lot of heights, you have to look high upon and say that we are from India, and India has contributed, had contributed previously, which lot many people in the Western world did not recognize. Today, there is an era in which the history is repeating again, and people are going to recognize the beautiful efforts. What today, forget about the past, the great previous people in the Vedic culture, what they had done, what Chanakya had done, what all these Maharajas had done to the world, what Takshashila had done, what the universities had done, because we had not got the opportunity to see that. But today, our generation, we will still feel proud that under the current situation, the world will look upon us, they will respect us with gratitude, they will salute us because we are the givers and not the takers.
Okay, next question, Bob Garu.
Yeah, I think you have already answered, but then I'll just repeat. How about a Swarna Vaja? Gold
Swarna
ring they said Swarna Vaja. I don't know Vaja.
Swarna Vacha.
Vacha. Gold
Vacha
ring.
Suvarna.
Right.
Vacha Suvarna is a simple thing. Swarna Prashna is something different. Swarna
Okay.
Prashna is what I spoke about, which is a liquefied gold with other metals and oxides and herbs put together in a liquefied form to the baby. Vacha Suvarna is Baje. I don't know what we call Vacha in Telugu. Vacha is
Rubbing.
a
Is it rubbing?
Vacha, I will tell you the Telugu name in the WhatsApp group maybe in some time from now.
Right.
Vacha, inside that gold thread is being put inside and that is being hammered and that is being triturated, something like how the Shrigandham is being done on the stone periodically and applied. So similarly, Vacha Suvarna is 10,000 times better, provided the gold string, what is being pierced inside the Vacha is absolutely pure, treated in the medicated way, that is 10,000 times safe, absolutely cheaper. Vacha Suvarna is 75 rupees to 150 rupees a stick, which will last for roughly around 6 to 8 months.
Right.
Even if you put the baby on a weekly or a daily basis.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. I think
And you can put plain Vacha also. If you are very fearful on the metallic part of gold being inculcated by the baby, plain Vacha, that is called as Baje in Kannada. Acorus calamus is the Sanskrit word, if I am right. Acorus calamus is the name of Vacha, if I am right. I still don't remember, but let me just reconfirm it to you. Ask for Baje or Vacha. Any Pansari shop should give you, this Grandhige shop should give you, this Puja shop should give you. The Vacha itself is hardly 2 rupees or 1 rupee per stick. That itself applying on the tongue by triturating the same on the stone for 21 times daily to the baby makes Vak Shuddhi, makes the pronunciation very beautiful, makes the throat, makes the tongue very clear and the phonation ultimate and beautiful.
Yeah, there is one last question. Ayurvedic medicines available from many manufacturers. Price varies largely. Are all brands good? Any specific brand that is tried and tested? Kindly let us know.
This is a controversial question because I'm an advisor to 2-3 pharma companies, but the strong answer to this question is I'm a classical prescriber. I don't write patent medicines at all. I don't write tablets, capsules, gels, lotions, creams, shampoos, and all, etc. in my clinical practice. I use lehyams, churnams, vatikas, gutikas, kashayams in my clinical practice, and most of them are done by myself. So I'm pretty sure as to what I do, and the purity is doubly sure because I procure the raw materials and I make the finished products to myself. So I don't comment on any brands. Point number one. It's something like a masala dosa. Locally, you may get it at 10 rupees and you may get it at 1,800 rupees also in cities like Bangalore with a gold covering. The choice is up to you to choose between a 10 rupees one or a 1,800 rupees one.
Okay, sir. I think the questions on the chat box are over.
Okay.
Babu Garu.
If you can kindly permit me, I will start my outpatient because it is almost 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
There are two, three people wants to have a word with you.
Yeah, and they also want my number. I will share my number with them.
Okay.
And I want them to subscribe all my today's Zoom viewers to my YouTube channel so that we can get interactions on a daily basis, which is Kishore Sutra, Kishore space SUTRA, not SUTHRA, which is written beneath my name. My YouTube channel's name also is being exhibited. That is KISHORE space SUTRA. This is my YouTube channel, wherein which a lot of my deliberations are being put on this channel, and people do watch, do have their valid opinions, and we have an interactions through this. I also request all our VSS members to be a part of my YouTube channel so that your inputs are much valid and that will be taken forward for the betterment of the society and health in days to come to the community. Point number one. And my office phone number is also, I'm happy to share because you're all my family members. So I have no problem in sharing my number to you. You can make a note of that because 2-3 people have been asking me persistently, which is 80500 10100. 80 500 10 100 80500 10100 80 500 10 100. That's my number. So you can always get connected to me on WhatsApp, or you can call me for any issues that which I can help you out. I'll all the more be happy to be in touch with you all people.
May I request you to see just, we have an website, in that I made a column of Ayurveda. There we are posting the tips for the people. So how do I take your tips and put it there? Either you can put it there or you send it to us, we will put it there in your name. How do we do?
No, either of them. I have no problem. I can send it to you. You can put it.
Please see our website once.
It is not you and me, it is we. So either you put it or I put it, the end result is
Right. The point should come to us, right? That's what I'm saying.
ultimately it has to reach to our people.
Veda Samskruti.org.in, in that the page is there.
Okay. You please send me the link.
There your suggestions on a preventive medication basis. I will be great.
Definitely. I put up in Bangalore, and I don't know. I think most of you are from Hyderabad, but I am stationed in Bangalore. So once in Bangalore, all the Mahodayas from the VSS, please do come to us as Arogya Sadhakas, not as patients, as well-wishers. We want you to kindly visit our Ayurvedam once, and we will be in connection with each other. And Hyderabad, yes, I will be frequenting Somajiguda, Hyderabad for some reasons. And anyone in Hyderabad, please do let me know. And rest part of the people, if you can share me your locations, if at all, if I come to, because I'm a global traveler. I travel to almost 14 countries, and pan-India, my travel continues very frequently. So we will definitely have a personalized interactions, and any criticisms, any drawbacks, any wrong things that you feel that in the pronunciation of mine or in the deliberations that I have done, you have all the liberties that you can, correct me. As a toddler of Ayurveda, as a young student of Ayurveda, as a learner of Ayurveda, my inputs are very open. Your valid opinions are inputs to me. That is very much open, and I will definitely try to change myself for the betterment of Ayurveda and Veda.
Okay, now can we have interaction with 1 or 2 people, or are in a hurry to?
My OPD starts at 8. Please tell them to call me by around 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I will be all the more happy to talk to them and resolve their questions or queries if at all if they have.
Okay, thank you, doctor. Thank you.
My phone number is already been shared. Again, I repeat, it is 80-500-10100. They can always call me so that I will be in touch with them and definitely try to help them.
Okay. On behalf of Veda Samskruti Samiti and all participants of this the Sanatana Dharma course, let me
You
thank.
should not thank me because I am your home person. So I will differ here. I will beg to differ.
You are the president of
thanking me is
our
an insult to me. I am a part of the family, so it is my bound duty, my obligation, and my responsibility to be with you as ever, forever. So please don't thank me. Be with me. Bless me. That is it.
Yeah. So I taken that message, and you are vice president of our Veda Samskruti Samiti. So it is also your duty and also responsibility to come and educate all of us. Okay, thank you very much. Now let us do Prarthana and Janaganamana. After that, we will go for the exam.
I think Dr. Garu can leave because he is busy with.
Thank you.
schedule.
Thank you very much.
Babu Garu,
Yeah.
if you permit. Okay.
Yeah, please. Now, Satyaji.
Yes. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतम् सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान्मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति.
ధన్యవాదములండి Now let us request Chala Chitti Babu Garu to recite national anthem. Let us all stand up.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय